Hi, Editing Cecil here to introduce the podcast. So this is the Hot Girl Council podcast, and it's just pretty much thoughts and opinions and gossiping. Today we're discussing the romance between YouTuber DC Media Girl and Twitch streamer Negs. They are two creators from Enemy Factions and Haydur Nation, which is like a community of people who talk about specific fat YouTubers and review them. And there's two factions. There's the haters who review the big girls, and there's the anti-haters who review the people reviewing the big girls. So DC is a hater, and Negs was an anti-hater. They have joined together, causing a lot of drama in the hater sphere. So let's get into it. Side note, we are kind of intoxicated. Welcome to episode 2. Welcome to the second episode of the Hot Girl Council.
We made it!
I am one of your hosts, Cecil McFly, and this is Thoughts and Opinions.
Hi!
So today we're going to talk about the love story between ex-YouTuber Negs and current YouTuber DC Media Girl.
The it couple of the Haydur Nation and anti-Haydur Nation sphere. Reactors that found each other in a hopeless place.
Oh my god, it's beautiful, and like, I'm here for it. Even though I don't like that, we'll get into it. There's like things that they do that's not as fun because it ruins the fun. But then there's stuff they do that is super fun.
So much fun. I have a lot of fun.
Are we gonna start the introduction of Negs, I guess?
Yeah, let's fucking go.
So Negs is a 45-year-old man from Indiana. He is unemployed. He has been employed before from what I understand, but never continuously and never can hold down a job. He is on disability or social security. He has 4 children, all from different women, and one of them lives with him because the woman was a meth addict, from Florida, I think. But yeah, he's living with his son. He calls him Little Negs, and he earns extra money because when you're on, I believe, disability, you can earn a certain amount of money without having to lose money from your disability. So he earns his extra cash from YouTube. And he's never really did anything that was that profitable. I have a list of every account he's had. Let me pull that up. Because I did do a tiny bit of prep work for this. All right, so he has hashtag stay negative, hashtag stay negative 2, Mr. On the Border, negative reactions, Guadalupe Park. Not on this list is Small Town Famous. And yeah, I think that's it. And then Negs. He started out as Stay Negative Reactions, then eventually became Negs. I discovered him probably in 2018 when he was at war with Joy Sparkle BS, or he was friends with her, I can't remember.
Oh, really?
And I think I called him retarded on one of his videos. But I just thought he was really cringy and annoying. And then at some point during that, he became friends with YouTube Underground Yaba and Miss Fucking Wonderful. And they all are from Indiana, the worst state in America. I know you're not from America, but I've been compiling a list of reasons why Indiana's terrible.
Is Negs the
that could be a whole
reason?
different show.
Okay.
Negs is the top reason, yeah.
Yeah.
But also
Cancelled.
Sylvia Likens, it's too depressing. I won't go into it. That happened in Indiana, and then the KKK.
That's enough reason not to go. As somebody who doesn't know shit about fuck, like, I won't go to Indiana now.
So Miss Fucking Wonderful and him, and then something happened where they all stopped liking each other. Miss Fucking Wonderful recently said it was because she had the drama community thing where she had a live stream with Yaba, and he was jealous of this. Eventually, things started boring, and Negs had a child that he was not in the life of, who passed tragically. And then I've heard various rumors of what happened. I've heard that it was legit that he's trying to raise money for the funeral. I've heard it's not here to because I did contact Miss Fucking Wonderful and ask about it. She said because her channel got banned, she doesn't have the receipts for it. So I'm not really gonna say whether or not, but because people were questioning it, Negs had a mental breakdown and he left for a while.
What year was
but
this?
He eventually came back. What
year was this?
I don't know what year it was.
Okay.
All I know is that he came back. He came into Haydur Nation because of Yaba around 2020, because I remember when I was working on my Haydur Nation video, he started coming in, and I was going to talk about him, but I cut the video off at a certain point, and I was like, and he came in after where I cut it off, and he started getting into Haydur Nation, and he developed the faction of the anti-haters, where he criticized all the people who, Haydur Nation, if you don't know, are the people who talk about Foodie Beauty and Amberlyn Reed occasionally, that Muslim woman with a skunk, and, Amy Robinson. And
We want white fat women, okay, that eat too much. We don't give a fuck
And then-
about
then-
Amy.
Jen's life journey. or
Yes,
something.
yes, something like that with a wooden spoon.
So those are the four. And he came in to criticize them. I remember when he first came in, he was like, "Oh, Cecil McFly, she's so..." Oh, he said Cecil. Cecil McFly was so great. This video was so great, and he was like, and we talked a couple times. People think like we were besties. We talked like 4 times maybe, and mostly about Joy Sparkles, because I was asking him questions about that for my video. But enough about me. I know I'm amazing. But he was kind of interesting at first, but eventually he started going off the deep end. I wasn't around during this. And I think the last stream I watched of his when I was kind of like, not my thing anymore, was when he like started reviewing Life of Free Spirits OnlyFans, and he was like, "Oh, her photography's so bad." I'm like, no one cares about your photography for porn. Like, people just want to see tits and ass.
Right. So her porn wasn't good enough for him. It wasn't up to standard to the stuff that he's used to. Like, he's got higher, he imagines himself in a higher position or higher desires for women, right? He has high standards. That's what I meant.
Oh, he had such a crush on Callie. You know.
Yeah. But I just want to, like, we need a baseline. We need to know that Callie is not physically attractive enough for Nex. We need the bar to be established.
Yeah, he wants her though.
Right.
You know he did.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, he reviewed her OnlyFans, right?
He reviewed everything she did for months, from what I understand. Because like I said, I dipped out at that point, and like he, at some point, got it in his mind that Callie thought she was better than him. And
well, I mean,
that her and Shane, her fiance, were looking down at him and his family and hated him because he was white and straight, and they had to pay, so he just went nuts. And the only time Callie ever acknowledged his existence publicly was in an interview with a YouTuber named Jasmine the Sequel, where she said, "I heard Negs calls his kid retarded."
Of course he does.
I don't know if he does. I don't even know what the quote was, but like that's the only time from my understanding, the only time she's ever acknowledges his existence before the lawsuit, which we'll get into.
Right. So he had this crush on her, and he reviewed her OnlyFans, and she didn't acknowledge his existence, and he was trying to pretend that he's too good.
He's been persecuted for being white and straight by Callie and her transgender fiance.
But it's just the KKK in Indiana thing, obviously, right? I mean, we've established that is already a no-go, no-fly zone.
He started going so off the rocker, and his friends at the time were Belinda from Haydur Nation News Network, now Hillbilly Uncensored, and Gaining Ground, who were both scorned by Haydur Nation for their opinions, and Gaining Ground had his own mental breakdown where he acted like a fucking loon, but he came through it. And Belinda's always funny. They're friends with him, and he was going off the rocker. They show me DMs of him like going nuts, talking about, like, I've seen the DMs of him being like, I'm gonna go live stream outside of Charlie Gold's apartment and confront her.
So this was all anti-Haydur people, and he just kind of went like exceptionally insane in the anti-Haydur sphere. Like when with Callie, she's Haydur Nation, Charlie Gold Haydur Nation, so he basically freaked out, like almost like cow tipping to the people that he was reacting to.
Yeah, and they went so hard after these people, and like it's one thing to criticize them, that's the fun part, but like
it's so much fun.
Eventually went so off his rocker that he started calling local businesses around where Callie and Shane reside. I think it's someplace in like New England, or like it's a really nice state. It's like one of the richest states, I think. And he started calling like local businesses and being like, "Do you guys have a racism problem?" And it was weird. And he made a song called. Did I show you the song?
Yeah, please show me his musical talents.
Oh, I'll send it to you later. But I have it downloaded. I think it's in my download file because it's so bad. I didn't want to lose it. It's called "Good Old Homeboy," and he talked about how Shane isn't a real man because he doesn't have a dick, and he's gonna shoot them on sight if they make fun of his kids and split their skull open and drink beer out of it, something like that. I mean,
it checks out. It's completely in line with what I would expect from our stoner myth boy in Indiana.
Our cute stoner boy.
Cute stoner boy from Indiana. Yes, he slays.
So Negs because he goes so off his rocker, he gets banned from YouTube. You went over that in your Callie video because she got him for copyright.
Yes.
No, because he was harassing her. Because harassment is really hard to get somebody for.
Yeah, absolutely. That's how insane it was.
So he starts streaming in a bunch of different places, and eventually he calls DC Media Girl based.
Yes.
And that's where
DC,
who we hated before, and made like Nazi jokes about her, and she like was scared for her life of him for years, and thought he was trying to get her and kill her, and he was anti-Semitic, and he was basically Hitler. But then he called her based in sometime around November, December of 2021. And now you introduce DC.
Yes, okay. So DC has a few defining characteristics, but they're all important because we keep hearing about every single one of them, right? Okay. So notably, visually, she's old as fuck. And this is important because she will...
No, you can't say that. They're gonna flag us.
Okay, I'll start off by saying the truth. As will be clear in my description of DC Media Girl, I am a scorned former fan. Actually, I still kind of like her because she does make me laugh, but for extremely opposite reasons than what she did. But DC, I'm a fan. Please do not flag us. This is not appropriate behavior for any adult. Please just go watch something else. Okay.
Especially of your age, ma'am.
Please, something more of your age. Yes, go tell us. Go define a woman on Twitter some more. Okay, but
adult
DC is...
Don't flag us. We're on your side. Don't flag us.
We're
adult
on your
female.
side. We support this. This is like this is the Okay, I'll get there. Okay, so notably DC is old, and the thing is that as a fact, not as an insult, it is something that comes up a lot, and it has caused a serious rage pig moments on fucking stream, and it's some of the highlights and most memeable moments. But also, besides that, she is obviously she resides in Washington DC, hence the name DC Media Girl. And she is a journalist, and also very important, she is of Latina descent. So she's got some type of a token, even though many people press X to doubt. She will tell us that this is what it is. I mean, I'm gonna believe her. I don't care either way. Also, two other notable things that crept up in her content is that she also is a cancer survivor, and also she is Jewish. Those are important things that you wouldn't think matter, but they do. So her oldest video on her channel is from 7 years ago, and she actually started off by covering like beauty and makeup topics, and specifically from the angle as somebody who survived cancer and how you should approach, I guess, your physicality afterwards if you've lost. I don't know what you lose in the process, I'm sorry, but it seemed detailed around that. But the thing is nobody cared, right? So those were like 2013, 2014 videos, and the way that she's
been around that long?
She's been around that long.
Channel.
Yeah.
Time,
She will later on tell us that she was a long time old fan of Negs before he joined the anti-haters. So this was around the same time. Apparently she was even in his chat sometimes. I have no idea. This is just what I remembered. And then after that, only in 2019 is her next video. So it was 2013, 14, and then 2019. So I don't know if she deleted stuff in between or if she just abandoned the channel between that. I have no idea. But in 2019, her shit starts...
She had a blog for a while, so maybe that was in between.
I have no idea. I think I think some regrettable shit happened in that time, which would make sense because it kind of just there's just nothingness, nothing at all. She did speak later about stuff that she ended up privating or deleting or... Okay, so in 2019 she moved from cancer and beauty to reacting videos, and her first big hit sensation Girl Boss W YouTube moment was when she reacted to this drama between Petty Page, Rich Lux, and T People. She was covering them. Those were fucking iconic,
when Petty Page quit drama.
Yes, she got fucking balls deep into that drama, and you know what? That was actually good.
Didn't she like roast Petty Page for filth, and it was pretty good, right?
It was good. I liked it. I think it had something to do with the fact that it was pre-recorded. So in this time period, at the same time that this like reacting stuff to the beauty tea people were picking up, she also made a video reacting to mukbangers, and this fucking exploded, right? And I think that the reason, I remember correctly, that this was even on the Facebook pages of the Amber Lynn and Foodie Booty stuff, and I think the reason why people spread this around and why they liked it was like keyword stuff like intellectual commentary, like she actually gave insight, like it was framed as something that's different from our typical reactors because this person has something to say.
Of saying LOL fat.
Yeah. It wasn't just that. It wasn't like whole, and the fact that she said it so matter of fact, so casual, the way that your older aunt or grandmother or whatever would just tell you like, yeah, you're fat, do some shit about it, right? It wasn't this pretentious.
You just send it to me. I kind of want to see the Golden Age of DC.
I'll tell you, even the pinnacle of it. The pinnacle of it was this thing that she did, car vlogs. I do have a picture of it, that I'll drop to you, but the car vlogs were when I found her, and I thought that was fucking iconic because I remember specifically this one recorded video. This was pre the pandemic, and she was driving around with her fucking sunglasses, looking cool as fuck, giving Amberlynn the business.
So she looked good at the time, like stylish?
Yes, I enjoyed it. Let me drop you specifically a picture here.
Yeah, because like I wasn't around for the Golden Age, but I hear people talking about how much they used to like her.
Well, I'll tell you exactly why I liked her. Well, specifically in this, I think it's in this photo that I'm sending you right now. She responded to a comment that she got. I think she got this on Facebook as well. But people were basically telling her that she can't like drive and record, right? Because it was pre-edited videos. It was edited videos. And so she responded while fucking driving. She's like, you know what? I have developed to the point where I have the cognitive abilities to both drive and talk at the same time, and I know that a lot of you probably can't relate, but that's just me. So for that reason, I can 100% record myself while driving, and nobody's gonna die in the process. And I thought that was fucking hilarious, and I remember subbing for that reason. And things would drastically take a turn after she stopped doing the edited content and go into full-time streaming, and this correlated with the pandemic. So so after this golden age of the edited content, the car vlogs, and giving insightful, intelligent, mature commentary on the fat woman eating and overeating, she decided that she's now going to live stream reactions, right? And as with many people who started live streaming specifically towards the pandemic, they made a lot of money. And so she became one of the pioneers, one of the main figureheads in the new Haydur Nation, right? And she was willing to get messy. She was willing to fight with people. She was willing to be fucking snarky.
That's badass.
It was cool.
That's badass as fuck.
It was kind of cool. I liked this era. There was zero fucks given, and she was having people on her panels. She was discussing things. She was shouting people out. All of that went horribly south. Most of these people either rejected her, abandoned her, ended up insulting her. But I mean, she definitely pulled some fucking looks. Here, look at she got very creative during this
she doesn't
period.
look bad in that picture.
You know what? The robe. I fucking live
good there.
for the robe. I live for it. I love that it's a thing. She didn't accompany this look with anything specific in the video that had to do with this. She just kind of dressed up and but the 2020 looks that she served was fucking iconic. I loved it. She had these Jeffree Star tracksuits as well. This was
Can I give a review of it? Because like,
yes.
Okay, so like we looked at her other pictures that were in that like a comic book style. I forget. It's like a pop 1960s artist type of style.
Yes.
The other ones look terrible. She looks good there. That's her like her Versace robe. Her makeup looks blended, and she's not doing the cell shaded type of like comic book makeup, which can look good. Yeah, that's the bad one.
Yeah, these are all the same.
Terrible.
I mean,
that's
look,
fucking terrible.
it's so fucking terrible. I love it. I love it so much because she would tell us in detail about all the makeup, and like she opened that live stream that I that I got that photo from.
Oh my God.
With facing us in the back. Like this is like a
Her
full
wig. Oh, you gotta brush it. It's like one thing to like have it messy when you're like in person, but like if you're on stream, like that's why I don't wear wigs personally. Like I own like 60 wigs. I don't wear them on camera because they can look really bad if you're not like really taking care of them while you're like still streaming and stuff. You have to brush it all the time.
Yeah.
Like.
But
the first one where she's in the Versace robe and she's in blended makeup. She looks fire. I mean, she's not an attractive woman in my opinion.
She's
but
old,
for her,
so I mean
fire.
it is what it is, right? And but you can tell like so the second group of pictures were 2021, but the 2020 looks most of the time she kind of looked like this. Like she would just wear a normal t-shirt, a cap, just casual makeup, and then she would like dress up for specific stuff, and but always randomly with these Jeffree Star tracksuit pants. She would end up getting into controversy. Her initial response in 2020 was, I don't give a fuck, I'm gonna wear it, I already bought it, I don't care that Jeffree Star is problematic, I already own the shit, which I thought was pretty based. But then she doubled down and decided to denounce him eventually, but also kind of quietly. So I don't know. She debased herself quite a lot over the years. But towards 2021, she decided that she was no longer going to focus her energy on reacting to people, because that's when Foodie Booty went on her downward spiral. That's when she got all addicted to coke for a month or something, and she started dating the Egyptian abuser, and it was just not it wasn't great. We all got bored with it, and so she decided to instead turn her content into interviewing random people like Buck Angel, and also doing true crime type of stuff. And what happened is, and this is such a fucking iconic moment, I remember this because this happened on Peanut Gallery's live stream. DC Media Girl had this problem now trying to flip her content away from Haydur Nation, because Negs, as an example, I don't know if there were more people, but Negs was one of the people who tried to like dox and contact the guests that she would invite on live stream, like during her live stream, and like spam them and scare them away. So she said on Peanut stream, like, she cannot change her content, she cannot upgrade, because her guests, who are not Haydur Nation people, are being like doxed and threatened by the anti-haters, i.e. Negs. So he was actively stopping her from...
Do you think Negs did it, or do you think she made it up?
I have no idea, but it sounded like it was the truth, because I remember that there was some kind of confrontation in that stream before she rage quit, and it seemed like, well, Peanut was like, well, if he's doing that, I don't avow that, and nobody was arguing against it. So it seems like that was the truth. It seems like that did happen. But, I mean, Peanut's channel is gone now, so there's no way to verify or proof or recheck. I didn't, like, focus too much on it at the time, but I do remember that happened, and that was fucking hilarious. Specifically because of, the stuff that happened.
That's not cool, man. Not cool, Negs.
I know. That was, like, she would have been out of the community, right? So he kept her here.
Maybe it's him gay-opping her.
I mean, look, he's insane, and the thing is just wasn't he the person that photoshopped her in that iconic Kiwi Farms photo?
No,
was it not him?
No,
who was that? Because he spread it
around.
No,
that was a Kiwi farmer.
Was it just a casual?
Yeah, but she like blamed him for it.
Yes.
Negs would do things like he would take like shit posts on Kiwi Farms that were like barely funny. Like there was one where like they said this is DC at home, and it was like the joke about like the Discord moderator where they were wearing like the trans compression socks with their feet up, and then there was a Nazi flag over top, and they were walking on Discord sort of, and he's like, this is DC on a regular day, and it wasn't that funny, but it was like a haha on like Kiwi Farms today, but he posted on Facebook, not Facebook, Twitter, like it was, oh, he's so clever, but he would just steal jokes from Kiwi Farms all the time. I remember that, and he would get blamed for it. It's like, no, he's just a fucking idiot who just steals jokes. Like,
I just distinctly remember that it was a lot of the focus was or the attempt was to be anti-Semitic towards DC Media Girl. That I remember, and then DC Media Girl had to be like, I'm not offended, but I actually am, and here's why you're wrong. Stuff like that, you know, like, so her content went a lot from insightful, intelligent commentary towards pretentious, preachy, unfunny kind of. Yeah, well, I think she was trying to moral grandstand over the anti-haters, but the thing is everybody in all of these communities are pretty fucking messy. So trying to moral grandstand over each other, like, always looks ridiculous. It always does, because none of them are better.
Oh my god, it's so bad.
Dude, they all do. That's why I love watching this community, because absolutely everyone is a hypocrite. Every one of them. It's fantastic. And they're so unaware that the others are good.
It's either all okay or none of it's okay, but that's what they do.
Yes.
I'm an it's all okay person. Like, I think everything's go.
I completely agree with that. I think it's what we said earlier. It's this hypocrisy thing, right? I mean, they, like, all of them partake in this, all of them, and that's why this energy between the haters and the anti-haters is so fucking interesting. And
the anti-haters do it so much too.
Yeah, no, but they all do it. That's why it's so fucking interesting, because they're all hypocrites like this. And I kind of. Like, what I see this relationship between DC Media Girl and Nex like is like that meme of Mom, I really want Romeo and Juliet. Oh, we have Romeo and Juliet at home, right? And this is some bootleg cheap ass Romeo and Juliet love story shit. Like, it's just like, oh god, like these old fat fucks. Like, nobody wants to see them. Nobody wanted to hear about them. But Nex unfortunately told DC that she's based, and here's where we are, right?
Okay, wait. So we're on DC. She's doing her looks. What happens next?
Yeah, no, I'm almost there because the end of last year, she wanted to switch to the true crime and the investigative stuff, but she realized that editing videos is actual effort, and she could make a lot more money just by live streaming and talking shit about the fat woman. But she already declared that she doesn't really want to talk about the fat woman.
She wanted to do true crime?
Yes, the true crime, and she even, she did one about a dog that I kind of liked. But yeah, a chihuahua that got murdered by PETA. RIP. It was bad.
Sorry, I'm crying, because, like, who hasn't done true crime? You're the only one who hasn't.
True crime fucking sucks, man. Like, holy shit, if I'm not the center of the story, who gives a fuck? Like, what are they gonna do? Murder in unique and interesting ways? No.
When are we gonna be a true crime podcast?
All right.
And drink wine?
I guess, yeah. Once the drama. I feel like actually by the end of this podcast that we're recording now, I'm gonna tell you how this is possibly gonna lead to a true crime situation, possibly. But it's gonna be so fucking kino. So everybody listening to this has to get on board with the memes and the lore, so that when the true crime drops, everybody's fucking ready to just blast it all out on main Twitter. But, okay, so she realized the videos was too much effort, so she stopped. And then, 6 months ago, Negs called DC fucking based. And so she decided to go on a hashtag Make Negs Great Again campaign, right? So she was gonna rehab his fucking reputation. We already know at this point Negs is basically a less entertaining, less obese Ethan Ralph. He's a doxer, he threatens revenge porn. He intimidates people. He fucking steals memes from Kiwi Farms. How low can you absolutely go? He's just fucking general awful human being, right? And since he was on the anti-hater bandwagon, he obviously made all these enemies in Hater Nation. But now he was also disowned by the anti-haters because he's fucking psychotic and he has just smoked too much meth, right? So all DC.
You think he does meth?
Well, probably, allegedly. Maybe.
He does kratom.
I'm making it up.
That's like painkillers.
I mean, it's look, something is affecting his state of being mentally, and it's resulting in objectively hilarious.
Might be.
Yes, he's a loser. And unfortunately, he posts about it though. Like he truly, yeah, it's disturbing. It's very disturbing, but luckily DC decided that she's gonna burn every bridge and goodwill in the community that she's made because she wants to rehab him, right? And initially, this I'll say to DC, before everybody came for DC Media Girl, her initial stance, as I understood it, in Hater Nation, was that she was going to that she told everybody, look, he has made peace with me. We have forgiven each other behind the scenes, but I don't expect anybody else to accept him or welcome him back. That's between you guys, right? That was her initial stance. But because she got backlash, like literally a day later, she fucking started doubling down, right? She started acting like he was good, like what he did wasn't that bad. He basically, running defense for him, when she could have just stuck to the whole, yes, he's a fucked up human being, but I don't want to fight with him anymore, so I have forgiven him, but only, to the extent that we're neutral now. But instead of neutral, it had to be, we're besties. We're fucking besties. He did nothing wrong. I will make Nyx great again. You try and stop me. And that was so fucking embarrassing. That was so embarrassing because, that's when everybody started dogpiling, and rightfully so, because the cringe was too fucking much to handle. The most iconic but worst looks that DC has ever pulled has came out this fucking year. Like, I'll send you some stuff if you want to add to, at this point of the story, if you want to add anything. I think that's the most important DC lore. We caught up on. So sad. The first thing that I remember from April, right? So like at this point in time, he called her based. And everybody made major streams and shit on DC and Nyx, trying to call them in cahoots, gay opping losers. People like FFG, Yaba, and Sam were actually initially pleading with DC to not be friends with him, and the result was just her doubling down even more. And she started saying stuff like, oh, I used to be a fan of his content, but then I wasn't when he was an anti-hater. Like weird defenses nobody asked for. But then Hassi, who was originally somebody from anti-hater, but now kind of just is a general reactor to the sphere, made a bunch of reactions to DC being weird as fuck. And one of the things that Hassi speculated was that DC was gonna dye her hair red because Nyx had said previously that he likes red-haired women. And DC decided to make a stream saying, I'm gonna troll Hassi, because Hassi said that I'm gonna dye my hair red for Nyx, I am going to do exactly that. And DC dyed her hair red. She added red extensions to her hair in order to epic...
Oh, that's not that bad.
It's not that bad at all, but her justification was so fucking weird. It was like, I'm gonna troll Hassi by doing exactly what Hassi said I would do. But it's a troll, right? So basically, Hassi predicted what was gonna happen, and DC was like, "No, it's gonna happen." Me epic W. So I think a lot of people.
Looking at this picture of her,
yeah,
she doesn't look that bad, but it's probably because later on it gets worse, and she actually looks good in this photo you just sent. But because it gets so much worse, and I remember at the time I was like, "Wow, that looks terrible." But now looking back, I'm like, that's not that bad.
It's not that bad because it got so much worse. This was the good era. This was the good phase. Because you see, the problem was after this, people noted what I just noted, which is why would you dye your hair red when trying to troll somebody and doing what? Okay, basically that. So then she immediately, like within weeks, got rid of the red. So that we were back to the black extensions, and she were telling us that okay, the hair is still gonna go on and on because she really is a pasty goth chick, and even though she's old as shit, she will live her goth fantasies. Meanwhile, all this time, by the way, fun fact, she has a partner that she's living with, and they've been partners for years. And people are saying that okay, she dyed her hair red to flirt with Nyx, and then she said it was to troll him, but she's gonna be also a goth chick. And then this is when, around the time that she told everybody that Nyx is a cute stoner boy, and she's calling him that only to further trigger her critics, Hassi. And let's not forget what we encountered in June. This was a choice. This was so much of a fucking choice.
Look at that wrist. That wrist is thicker than my ankle.
The pattern clash between the hat and the shirt, I cannot. Those earrings, how, where, and when. There's so much going on here, so fucking much. And for some reason, this is June. For some reason, in the background, we have a Christmas tree. All of this is
pig hoof.
It's a lot.
But she looks so fine in that redhead picture. She looks fine there. She's not a skinny queen or anything, but she's fine. But there she just looks like, it's because she's trying to look young, it looks so bad.
It is, exactly.
It's one thing to be youthful when you're older, but she's trying to look like a fucking stoner kid.
Yes, exactly. She was trying to pull off like a couple's goal, and it was very clear that she wanted to like do this high school aesthetic of being this goth emo chick with this stoner boy, except they're old as shit. And they the first time they decided to meet up, she drove all the way to fucking Indiana, where they gave us the most iconic. Yes, actually, this this was probably their best couple photo. There's a lot of other cringe photos that unfortunately we were also graced with on Twitter. It needs to be said though, at this time, this stream was around April. And at this time, she was actually pretty good on Twitter. She didn't respond to anybody. She didn't like rage tweet or anything. She was actually keeping to herself, just kind of taking the shit, I guess. But then, once again, next influencer, because after, she's been basically exiled from the rest of the community, she decided to become more like him. And when you mentioned earlier about him as like posting stupid shit from Kiwi Farms, like stuff like edgy boy kind of things, but lame. She adopted that style so heavily. Yeah. She embraced it. She brought everything.
Oh, yeah. That's what I noticed. I was gonna say I was reading his Kiwi Farms thread, and it was like that from the beginning, since like he was started out in like 2010, 2013. He would just post like edgy boy shit, and it was always hit and miss.
But it's to me currently, I am so fucking thankful that none of these old fucks figured out how to block each other, because their interactions are basically the reason why I left Facebook. Like, it's just a bunch of like minion meme level cringy shit, all of them. But this time I'm invested in the drama, and they keep writing these fucking essay paragraph threads at each other, trying to epically own one another.
I forgot to mention, Negs was tweeting about something, and DC in her stream when they became friends was like, you should just DM Cecil and tell her the story. She's reasonable. And I was like, don't drop that BPD motherfucker off on me. And he started DMing me, and I didn't respond in like 24 hours, so he started tweeting about and like making TikToks about me.
What? He made TikToks about you? Did you reject him?
Yeah, no, Negs, because I didn't respond to his, he was going to tell me all the stuff from his lawsuit with Callie, because I didn't mention that. She did take him to court and might have won. We don't know exactly what happened yet, but she said something that she won. I don't know. Also, did I mention that he started like contacting white supremacist militia groups about a black woman deplatforming him? Who's bragging about it?
No, what was his reaction to the black women of Haydur Nation to involve some racist anti-hate group people? Was that what he was gonna do? Was he gonna send them like pictures of Charlie Gold and Life of a Free Spirit and say, well, these black women have been hurting my fifis on the interwebs, please threaten them?
No, he literally said, and I'm gonna have to censor this, he literally said, a black woman and a fucking made me lose my job. But like now he's like trying to be woke.
Oh, yes, he is trying to be woke, you're correct.
Yeah. Anyway, go back to DC.
Okay. After the live stream where they met up, DC just casually announced on stream, like unprovoked, literally nobody wanted to see or hear this, that they are indeed now fucking. They are a couple, they are a united force, and that she is going to leave her partner, who she called himself. Please meme the fuck out of that. She's gonna leave himself. She has spoken to himself, and she owns the house, so she gets to decide. She's gonna leave himself and then move to Indiana, and then these two are going to be the goth mama or goth grandmama and stoner meth head, and they are going to produce us fucking riveting content on, I guess, the fat woman again. Who fucking knows? The couple's photo shoot though is quite something on Twitter.
Did they do one?
Sorry?
Wait. Oh yeah, that. Her hair.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Bitch, brush it.
Dude. Okay, that could be the first. The choices of them fucking the way that it's being explained on the internet. She also I should add when she declared that they're fucking and everybody said this is the opposite of based. Nobody asked. We can't. We don't want to. She decided to flaunt the fact that this new it couple is indeed the skinniest couple in Haydur Nation, and she decided to do.
Yeah, she said that she wanted to break the internet. Oh,
she gave us. Yeah, she decided to break the internet by giving us a belly dance and showing to us how flat her stomach is. And we have determined that.
Yeah,
yes,
she said her stomach was as flat as a Danish pancake.
Fucking iconic. I love DC. I love DC so fucking much. This is fucking everything. And she
just thinks because she's not like a huge fat heifer that.
But that's a tea though.
Flat.
That's the thing about Haydur Nation. If you're not a fucking fat heifer, you are the skinny queen legend. And she
is skinny by Haydur Nation standards. But like, she keeps calling that Vicky Vibes, who I like, fat, and Vicky Vibes, except for her boobs, is the exact same size as DC.
No.
Like, but they're I keep going on tangents because there's so much going on.
There's
like
so much. Yeah. There's so much.
Now they're like together and they're crying about like Vicky and other people making fun of like Negs' disorders, but they make fun of other people's disorders.
They
like,
make
let me
fun
think.
of so many people. Listen, I can handle a lot of shit, but what to me ultimately was the deal breaker, and the reason that I have to disavow DC and decided to even make this specific podcast with you is when DC posted that she and Negs will now start flagging people and accounts for bullying, hate, and harassment. And the fact that they are specifically people who react to fat women by calling them fat in so many words as like one of the nicer words, I feel like this is not only bitch made and hypocritical, but it's offensive to entertainment. Just straight up, like, this is anti-entertainment, and as influencers, this is disgusting degen behavior. And they keep, like, both of them keep talking as if everybody around them is lolcows and they are the A-logs. So I've actually made a very short list of like stuff where you can like ask yourself, are you more like Ralph or more like Medicare? So are you more like the lolcow or the A-log in this situation? Just for them, and the reasons why they are objectively like the fucking lolcows. First of all, which one of the two would be like flagging people openly and proudly, like broadcasting that is some Ethan Ralph shit if ever, right? Fucking lolcow. And then if you are surrounded by a bunch of A-logs, right, but those people aren't A-logging with you, they're A-logging against you, they're like using evidence and receipts in order to go against you, then chances are you are the fucking lolcow, not an A-log, right? And my favorite new Spurg development from DC, I have no idea if this happens with Negs because I do not watch him at all on any platform, not for ethical reasons but for boredom reasons, but the other,
he's so boring, I can't watch him either.
Boring, can't cope at all. But censoring and banning people in your chat who are asking questions, that is some straight up lolcow shit. I mean, that's fucking Winx, DSP, you know, that whole spiel. And then finally, I think the nail in the coffin for this couple is that they actually out loud dared / invited other people to go meet them IRL so that they can have a talk with them at the fucking Waffle House of all places. So that is very Ethan Ralph.
Oh my god, I really want to go to the Waffle House. Like, I'm not even joking, I want to go. It's so great. I love it so much. Like, could you please come to America so we can go to the Indian Waffle House? I love everything about it.
If our podcast picks up, if this becomes popular and people want to see us interact with the lolcows, like, I will 100% have to make a trip to America. I'd have to face dox myself, and we'd have to go to a fucking Waffle House.
Oh my god!
We can even cosplay as Negs and DC, and we can talk to them.
Am I Negs and you're DC?
Listen, is that even a fucking question? You're already the cute stoner
when
boys.
They tweeted out that they were going to meet at the Waffle House.
Like a real man. Fucking. But imagine trying to like how exactly old you must be to threaten to meet people at the Waffle House. Like, how fucking... It's so old. It's such old people problems that they have. It's fucking beautiful. It's so stupid. It's so fucking stupid. And the cope, maybe the KKK owns a Waffle House in Indiana. You never know. You never know. Isn't it like they're mafia? Like they're gang leaders.
I don't know.
Own all the local
Indiana,
businesses.
if you know it, like I've been watching videos. Indiana sucks.
Is it? Isn't that where DC's horses are? Literally.
DC doesn't have any horses.
No, she goes and watches horses.
No. Oh, she went to go to the Derby. Oh, we should go to the Kentucky Derby. It's in Kentucky.
I have no idea where that is, but you know what? I'll pack my bags and I'll come. Like if we get YouTube famous, we can
Kentucky
IRL
Derby
stream.
is fire. I've never been, but it's a huge fucking event where you get drunk all day and you wear fancy clothes.
I will do IP2 streaming with you in Kentucky Derby.
DC and egg. So that Kentucky Derby thing was a mess.
Yeah. She went alone, so nobody was there to help her, you know. And but I mean, she found her roots as a beauty influencer on YouTube. So of course we expect more, you know. Like she criticizes other people's looks, so of course, like it's right up there. And I mean, the fact that she allows Nex to leave the house looking the way that he does. I mean, after again being a beauty influencer.
He doesn't bathe. He said he's afraid of water.
Really? Does he have the white glove problem?
Joking. Yeah.
That's fucking funny. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, this is another tick on the are you a lol cow or an a-log thing. Like, yeah, don't showering does count. So that does make you more of a lol cow. Like, I'm sorry. DC Media Girls cope that I assume this is next cope as well, that she said out loud for her reasoning for flagging people is that it's against terms of service to bully and harass, so she's just using the platform's tools, you know, to enforce the rules. But here's the thing, is the first thing that they will tell you is that if you feel offended by somebody is to fucking block them. That should be step number one, right? So by going for flagging, it's obvious that you are not using the tools to your disposal. You are trying to get somebody who calls you fat, ugly, and stupid off the platform. I mean, it's not like it's the truth. So what I love about this DC Nex fusion, I mean, most of it is pretty trash, right? But they have both fallen into this habit of responding to people with almost no following, with almost no platform, who do objectively not matter at all. And they're both like rage pigging out and going on these monologues and tangents in order to epically own and the haters and to respond to every bit of criticism they get. But in reality, it literally doesn't matter, because these people have, like, I don't even think most of their critics are monetized, or they're not even on YouTube. Like, it's
they also just go through like everyone's timeline, whoever like Bridget,
yes,
who doesn't have a YouTube channel, she just goes on panels sometimes.
Like a bunch of people,
icky fuckboy.
So many fucking people that just, like, in the grand scheme, literally don't matter.
DC wakes up one day and she goes, every day she wakes up and goes like, who doesn't like me that I should go through their whole Twitter timeline to respond to things from a week ago?
That's what makes this so fucking kino, is because if you check any of the most recent live streams, at least from DC, you will see her responding to criticisms and shit that nobody fucking asked for. And like I'll say this, she is a very vocal TERF, but she uses her platform to respond to criticisms regarding being a TERF, but that's not like a question in Haydur Nation, right? People only call her a TERF in order to troll her, because it's fucking funny that she feels that she needs to defend what is a woman when nobody in the community actually gives a fuck. Like, nobody fucking asked except for like blatant trolls, and she will take out like 15 minutes of her stream to be very serious and respond to it. And in her most recent stream from the 30th of July, she goes on to this tangent, which is my new favorite DC media moment, where she basically explains to us how her haters online, these no follower people, right, or barely known people that will have no effect on her life, are similar to the protesters, or whatever you want to call them, of January 6th. She went on to explain to us how these people slandering her good name, her good credible name, are similar to people who stormed the Capitol. That's fucking hilarious. Like the mental gymnastics that you have to.
Well, the reason she does that, that, is because like Ira and Alex said that he thought it was just not that big a deal.
Yeah, most people
like,
care or do not care, but very, very few people think that what is happening in their IRL or getting criticism on the internet is the equivalent to storming the fucking Capitol. Like, people have compared it to 9/11, they've compared it to like a bunch of shit, and that's like the debate, that's the talking point, right? But never ever ever have I heard that online hate from people who don't even have like 10k subs is the equivalent to your house being stormed and invaded. And it's fucking hilarious, because then she goes on to say how people who were pro the Jan 6, like those people, they were all anti the police, but then they went against authority in order to storm the Capitol. And that's exactly the same mental gymnastics that Miss fucking Wonderful and what's the guy's name, her co-host, but that's exactly the same what they and Hassie are doing. Miss fucking Wonderful is with the Real Fucking Drama channel. What's the name? Yes, Real Stream News. There we go. Basically, what they are doing to her is literally storming the Capitol. And instead of ignoring them, or instead of blocking them, she's gonna flag them for hate. But Nex went on the panel as well. Nex also responded, because DC gives us the critical insight, right? That's where we learn about the Jan 6 stuff and what being a real TERF is all about. But Nex also responded to this stream live. You want to tell us what he did?
And he showed his pee-pee. Yeah. Well, I'm kind of confused how we got here. Will we miss some things? Because like, there's some things I want to say about Negs in between this.
I'm just talking about the most recent Kino stream. That she reacted to this, but yeah, like fucking.
Oh, did she cut that out? Did she cut it? Okay, so Negs went on the stream, and when they asked him for evidence of things that he made claims about, he flashed his penis. But they cut him off before they could see it. And what I found really funny was, I don't know if you ever watched Black Guy TV. I really like him. I talked to him, and he said the funniest thing for him about the whole stream was that you could not even see a bulge in his boxers because his penis is so small.
But isn't that just iconically, like, doesn't that moment summarize who they are? Like, DC will go on this intellectual fucking gymnastic thing where she has to use stuff like Jan 6 in order to describe her pain and hardships of the internet, while Negs simultaneously goes on fucking live stream and flashes people in order to maybe, get their channel banned or whatever. When
she didn't know he did it. He said you're in for a treat when she didn't know that he he didn't. If I flashed my fucking genitals on stream, my boyfriend would know, because I would be so embarrassed that I just want to warn him about how embarrassing I was acting. Like, he probably would leave me if I did that. Not gonna lie, like, if I flashed my genitals on a stream, my boyfriend would be like, "You're far gone. We are not. Like, you're not the girl I used to. You're somebody that I used to know." Sorry.
I would not associate with you either. It's so fucking funny. And before he flashed his or attempted to flash his ding dong, he was telling the host, Miss fucking Wonderful, he was screaming at her that the reason why she lost weight, because remember in Haydur Nation you can only be fat, so the reason why she lost weight is because she probably fucking has AIDS. Where does he get this from? Nowhere. How many proof of facts does he have? Nothing. Well, he doesn't understand that people can be like healthy and lose weight and shit, right? So he looked at her, he's like, you got AIDS, and that's just logic. Fucking fire.
There's so much to unpack with him. Like, and then apparently, I'm done. I don't even know how to describe. There's so much going on with him that I hear so much lore from him. He has like 100 different accounts. He's 100 different stories about child abuse, about why he's fucked up the way he is, versus all these stories that may be real. He changes it all the time. He's whatever he needs to be to get money and sympathy to make up for why he's a horrible fucking person. And I don't even know, like, I could make a timeline of it all. I'm never going to make a video on him. He said that if I did, he would flag it.
Obviously.
Obviously to get my information so he can harass me in real life. It's not like, he's just not a fun person to be around. He's a miserable human being. He's very unattractive, and he's a whore. There's just so much. Like, I was about to say, like, when Roe versus Wade got overturned, he kept tweeting about how, like, women should just keep it in their pants and stop being whores. I'm like, dude, you have 4 different kids from 4 different women, you fucking weirdo.
And look, okay, so I can tell you what the conspiracy theorists in her chat said, right? Which is that she has had a crush on him since, the years that he, like 2013, whatever, like the years that she proclaimed that she liked him, that she watched him. So she's had a crush on him, and now finally he has no options other than to join her, be on her side. So basically she now has the money, she has the control, and he doesn't have any other options. So that's kind of the...
How does she have money? I saw her salary. She makes like fucking nothing.
Yeah, but she makes more than him because he lives in his mother's basement.
I know.
Which is also something we didn't even get into. He fucking lives in his mother's basement and smokes.
It's attic. His mother's attic.
Yeah, same difference.
Yeah.
And he smokes drugs of some kind. I mean, it's fucking great. The best cope for me, though, besides the flagging, is that they also keep threatening that they are gonna take people to court, but they're like known for being broke. Like that's like a trademark. And Neg's threatening that he's gonna like sue people, or that something is like quote unquote slander, so he's gonna do something about it. That's fucking hilarious because it's like not physically possible.
But back to the conspiracy theories, because there's been some DM leaks where DC admitted that she's gay-opping Negs.
Do you think that was true though? Do you think, I did see them. Do you think that she was just saying gay op so that she'd have an excuse to hang out with him because she actually really likes him and she couldn't justify it because he's objectively trash?
I think, because it came like a year before she was dating him.
Oh.
She told Alex that she was going to be nice to him. Irate Alex, that she's going to be nice to him to get information on who contacted her employer, because apparently, because she's a federal employee with a secret security clearance, she gets interviews every 5 years, and they brought up her Kiwi Farms account, and someone had sent like a disturbing email to them. And then she also told Miss Parker the same thing, and that Miss Parker was going to be assigned to trolling Neg's best friend Tragic, who everyone hates, and DC was assigned to doing it to Negs. So I think she originally was sucking up to Negs to try and troll him to get information, and she trolled herself into dating him. I don't even think she likes him.
Just like she trolled herself with the red hair.
That's what DC does. She can't just like back down from it. It's a challenge. She has challenged herself because she apparently asked Miss Parker, who's another YouTuber, that she used to try and get like, I guess, clout. She's hilarious. She just gets high and drunk on stream and just has fun. And DC wanted to learn. DC asked Miss Parker to learn how to troll, and that was what happened. Like, Miss Parker tried to teach her how to do it, and instead, DC ended up dating a retarded white nationalist.
Yeah, and saying that he's not anti-Semitic, which is fucking also iconic. Some of their highlights that I definitely want to just include here is their Twitter life. So not specifically their tweets, but the way that they are just boomers on the internet. So specifically, she has this profile picture that she chose, and besides the cope of neither of them looking like this at all whatsoever, you can also see the background is one of those, if you Google the word transparent, and then you see that it was indeed not transparent. But instead of correcting this somehow with some type of editor or something, she just like posted this, and this just is her profile picture, which is fucking hilarious.
She thinks she's a short stack.
Yeah, she thinks...
you know what a short stack is, right?
Yes. Like, yeah.
Yeah, she thinks she's like
you
a
can tell.
short, like thick, curvy, hot girl. Like,
look, somebody's making this art for them. So I don't know if it's a commission, because
No, these are pictures you can find online.
Really, because it has this shirt and oh my god, this is a choice. This is a choice, because this is what we're seeing here, right? Is like one of those examples of expectation versus reality, right? Like this is like, okay, yeah, cute
Mom,
stoner
I want hot
boy,
goth girlfriend.
and then you get like, look, Mom, this is us and our online personas.
Mom, I want cute stoner boy and hot goth girlfriend at home. God damn it, it's so hard to say. Mommy, I want cute stoner boy and hot goth girlfriend. Son, we have cute stoner boy and hot goth girlfriend at home. Hot goth girlfriend and cute stoner boy at home. Like, I'm happy for them. They're just not cute. They're not, like,
They're
cute.
not attractive people.
And they think that they should be considered, like, this thing when, like, it's, like, cool. You're, like, an older couple and you got together. Good for you. I'm happy.
I think most people would have been entirely chilled with this if they did what most people do in relationships like this, which is just, keep it to yourself.
If Negs just stopped being a spurg.
Yeah, that's the thing. If
Negs stopped being a spurg.
Yeah.
And DC stopped trying to defend his insanity.
That's the thing.
It would have been fine, but the thing is, Negs is acting fucking insane, and DC is encouraging it. And the thing is, so at the beginning, Negs kept talking about, like, leaking DMs. I've seen all the DMs with him and Gigi. Like, Gigi sent it to me, and I said, just send, like, I asked if I could just leak them. There's nothing there. There's no anything. It's just them, like, talking about furniture.
They're so old.
They, like, complained about Charlie Gold, and it was, like, the big fucking, like, reveal would be, Gaining Ground doesn't like Charlie Gold. Oh my god.
Oh, that's why I love this Haydur Nation community, and why I want everybody else to get on board, is because this is like pinnacle spurg drama.
Yeah.
Like a bunch of nobodies fighting with a bunch of other nobodies complaining about nothingness, right? They literally have, like, all of them have DMs of people quote unquote betraying them by admitting that they never really liked other people. Like, that's the extent of this. One of the other things that I also like about DC's Twitter is that she hasn't yet figured out what a screenshot is, right? She thinks it's like when you look at your actual screen on your computer,
yes.
and then you, like, take a photo. So her entire Twitter is full of these, like, literal, like, screenshots of, her screen. And they're all blurry as fuck, and nobody's helping her. Nobody's, like, helping her figure this out. This just keeps happening. They think when people are talking about them that they are surrounded by lol cows. They keep saying that they are surrounded by them, but they're surrounded by A-logs. They're surrounded by people saying, what the fuck is this weird shit going on? Like, why are these old dusty people fucking and telling us about it? That's the creepy part. They're, like, telling us about it, like, a lot, and they're answering questions that you shouldn't answer. Like, if somebody's saying, oh, why are you fucking a dusty old cunt, you shouldn't respond to that, because that means that you acknowledge that it's a dusty old cunt. You shouldn't do that. You should just post pictures and
That's
be normal.
what's so weird about it.
It's so weird. They're responding to everything. They're so
But, like, what weirds me out is they used to have a following of people and used to make decent money, and just one day both of them decided to just throw it all away and date each other, but, like, continue to try and have the same thing they had before. It's just weird, and they're so little, like, what's the word where you're, like, you're self-reflective? They're so little...
They lack self-awareness.
Self-awareness. There's so little awareness to, like, how the internet works with these two. And it's just fascinating because there's no one on their side anymore.
Besides the flagging, that is my favorite part. They fuck up every single thing. They respond to everything. They literally get mad on the internet. They ban people who can make secondary accounts. They respond to, like, nobodies. I fucking love it. I love it.
And they never just sit there and go, why don't people like us? What should we change? They don't go, like, maybe we should
fucking
instead
A-logs.
just go back to the things people liked about us. But they just sit there and they're like, they think they can just push through it like it's like a thick piece of, like, fabric that they need to push a needle through. They think pushing hard enough they're going to get through to the other side. But they don't realize that they're pushing through a piece of concrete. And instead just go do something else.
I think what I am currently rooting for, what I'm voting for, what'll make me so fucking excited and happy is if we have a wedding arc. I want them to fully document and vlog the entire wedding experience. I think the crazier the better. It could be goth, it could be stoner, it could be in Vegas. I don't give a fuck. I just want to see all of it. I want to see DC, like, tell us which dress is uglier than the other one. Why the fact that she's a boomer means that she needs, like, a mini skirt black dress. I don't give a fuck. I want to see all of it.
Anyway, I was going to say this is a good closing to talk about how we want them to invite us to the wedding.
Yes. Okay. We will retract every single thing we said in this video. We will apologize. We will make bitchmate apology tweets if we can be invited to the wedding. And
I will buy a great wedding present.
I will fucking face reveal. I don't give a fuck. I want to be at this wedding. I think it'll be fucking iconic, and we can be each other's plus ones. They don't have to worry. We won't, like, dress up too sexy. Just, sexy enough. This will be so fucking
I'll be
great.
really nice. I mean, I think it. You know, you got to be nice to the bride on her wedding day. I would
Obviously,
never
I would be.
do anything to hurt someone's wedding day.
No, of course. It'll be so great, and they don't have to worry about recording it. I think we will, set up. We will make sure that this is like. I mean, they are Haydur Nation's it couple, right? Yeah, I mean, they are the skinniest, so I mean that must mean that they are the best, right? So it's gotta happen. We need vlogs, we need dates, we need places. So I did confront DC on Twitter about this, kind of asking when's it's gonna happen, and she said that she had a tendency with her exes and stuff to just it just happens, like they just elope, and we just find out that now they're married. Yes, I'm very anti that idea as well, because I just don't think it'll provide me the level of like fucking gay entertainment that I need. Like as a woman on the internet, I need to see some cutesy wootsy shit, and this would be fucking perfect. I really want to see Negs try to get sober so that he can walk down an aisle. I would love to see how they have to kiss in front of Nix's mother, and that woman would probably be so fucking happy to see Nix finally move out, give him a new mother. I am so fucking excited for this journey, and I think if they just like documented it, if they vlogged it, even if they vlogged it like a little bit later, so that
don't let them. No, you have to invite us, DC and Negs. We will come and
please
we will
invite
not
us.
ruin it,
Please invite us at the bare minimum. Please vlog it.
Please.
But also invite us. We'll be such good guests.
You have to invite us. Don't tell them minimum. I have to go.
Okay. Invite
I also
us,
just
please.
like weddings. I'm not even saying, like, I love weddings, and I'll like go and I'll be so nice. I'll photographer it or whatever. I don't care. I just want to go. I will. I'll be really pleasant. I promise. I promise I won't be mean.
Well, mean.
If I get married, I'll be really excited. Like this is like genuine.
And no slurs, and we won't bring up the whole KKK thing. It'll be so fucking cute.
And don't worry, Nags, we're both white.
Yes.
So you can invite us.
Sorta. But it counts.
Sorta.
It'll be fine. Like, we're passing.
We're white passing. Invite us, please.
Please.
Please. No, you don't say at minimum vlog it. At minimum, invite thoughts and give her +1 so
yes,
I can go.
Yes.
Because I promise I won't. I love weddings, and I'll be so happy, and I will like help DC do her makeup. I'm very good at makeup.
And if any of the other haters appear that you didn't invite, that you don't want there, that only, want to be agents of chaos, we will have them stand outside with an additional fucking camera so that we can capture extra angles, and it'll be good.
Wait, we will be your security.
We're
both very muscular.
And you know what, DC, we can even tell you which ones of your various looks actually worked. Like, it feels like you need a bestie to tell you what foundation is the right foundation. Which
I like her with lighter hair. Like, when she has like lighter hair and less white foundation, I think she looks best.
Yes, when it's more a color you'd find naturally in real life, right? Not one that.
Yeah,
that's...
I don't like the black hair on her. But
oh God,
if
no.
she likes the black hair, you know what? I think it looks stupid, but like, I've had black hair
so
that doesn't look good,
stupid.
and I liked it.
It looks so terrible. Oh God.
But I'm not. If she likes it, she likes it. Like.
Yeah. She's allowed
to
like
her hair,
it.
But yeah, I would give her a better advice.
Look, I don't know if she doesn't have a good duty or what's up, but Jesus Christ, though, I'll be so fucking nice if we're at the wedding. So fucking nice. But before that,
with the filmographers, I mean, I'll bring my DSLR and I'll film it and I'll make it really pretty.
The first time I saw the black hair without the red extensions and that white face, my first thought was, the Samara, that girl from The Ring, like that, like white and that.
She looks
black.
like a bloated Marilyn Manson. She's older than him. She looks less bad than Marilyn Manson, so I'll give you that, DC. I'm gonna be nice at the end of this podcast because I really want to go to the wedding. Like, I just
that is true. That's true.
I love weddings. Weddings are so much fun.
I have an idea for ending this. Give a convincing case for why you should be invited to the wedding. Like, give just like a 1 minute good case for yourself, for you, why you specifically need to be invited.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So why should specifically go to the wedding? I have a big following. I could turn people onto liking you guys better. Mm-hmm. And I love weddings. I would never do anything to hurt someone's wedding because I think that's a magical day. And unless I think anybody, unless it's Kira the Wolf. That's the only person on the internet I hate. That's the only person I would ruin a wedding for. Otherwise, I would love the day. I think I would tell you you're beautiful that day. I would want you to look beautiful. I love it. I think weddings are super special and super important. And I'm just a hopeless romantic. So, I would convince my audience to like you better. And then I would also be just such a wonderful guest. And then also, I'm always the life of the party because I love to do fun stuff. I'm just such a fun person. Invite me.
Okay, I'll add to that. I'll say, DC, Negs, you guys have burned a lot of bridges with people online. You don't have a lot of online friends anymore and support, so I feel like it's good to have tokens to prove to the normies that you invite that you do have internet friends. So I think just ticking that box down, we could 100% be besties for the day, 100%, to the point where I'll hold your hair back if you get very drunk. You gotta do what you gotta do. I will also make sure that there is enough for you to get drunk with. South Africa has a lot of wine that's cheap. I can make a plan. I will not only be on my best behavior, but I'll take extra screenshots from all sides so that we can publish it everywhere. We can take you new profile pictures, ones who do not have the blocked background, but an actual transparent background, so that it looks fucking fly as shit on the wedding day. Mm-hmm. And then also, I will make sure that whenever somebody reacts to it, that there is some beautiful ass watermark all over it. So that you can fuck with the haters who are trying to capitalize off of your wedding. I'll do the edit for you to make sure that they get cucked.
That's a good argument.
And I think that Cecil and I can agree that we can start pro DC and Negs rumors from the wedding. We can circulate misinformation into the greater sphere that'll make you guys look badass and unfuckwithable for the day. That we can do.
Unfuckwithable?
Yes. Literally too fucking badass. I don't know what the rumor is gonna be yet. We'll find something. But something that'll just have them epically own the day, regardless of what other shit people say.
I think DC should get a mermaid style dress.
I'm so here for it. So fucking... Oh, and it has to have some bling on it. Just a little bit of rhinestones on it.
Oh no, the whole thing's gonna be bedazzled.
Oh yes, good. Okay,
yeah, DC, call us. You probably need a bestie girlfriend. We're both cool.
We got this. We got this. We'll take care of you, baby. We'll take care of you.
Anyway, I guess should we conclude?
Yeah, I think we made our case. There's really nothing more we can do. I would really like it if people, since based on the polls, people weren't really too familiar with who Haydur Nation is, but I would love it if people that are now suddenly interested in these people, if they can send and make as many memes as possible. There's only so much that Kiwi Farms can do without Negs ripping them off and taking the memes away from them. If we can have a more sustainable meme production within the community, I would be so fucking happy with that. I will retweet the fuck out of it.
If someone who watches this can edit a meme of me and Thoughts being the maids of honor at DC and Negs' wedding, that would be preferable.
Yes!
I can be the man of honor if you want, because I don't mind being edited on a man, because people already think I'm a man.
Cope, Sizzle, cope. Edit us at a wedding, yes, please.
But yeah, if you want to edit us, I support it. I want to go to the wedding.
I'm pro us getting fan art of any kind, even if it's derogatory memes at the wedding.
Give us a crumb of the wedding.
Yes, I'm here for it.
DC, please, crumb of wedding, please.
Please, please. No flag, no bully, no hate.
Please. Can you do the slurping sound?
Oh god, you want me to do it too? Mwah.
Alright, that's the end. I gotta go pee.
Alright, good. I gotta go sleep. It's late as fuck.
But good night.
Okay. Good night. Good night.
That's hot. Yes.